One way to compose a scene would be to take a photograph of the site and then just superimpose your formz 3D model into that image. Here's a formz model, there's a photograph, and here's our model integrated into that photograph with the reflections in the water. Here's our formz model, and there's a picture of the museum we're going to place our model in, and you can see that it's integrated in with reflections and shadows and the lighting conditions of that environment. Here's another model with the background image that we'll use and perspectively match our model with that background environment. Let's see how this is done. We begin with the formz model. This was modeled in formz using the sweep tool. And now what we're going to do is load an underlay image. Any standard pixel image format works, drops it into the background. And then we can use the view and navigational tools in formz to eyeball it if we want, or there is a perspective matching tool which allows you to perspectively match your view with that of the background image. All you do is move the 4 control points of the reference plane, which allow you to match the fall-off lines of your reference plane with the fall-off lines of the background image. And now those are perspectively matched. If we render the scene, it looks pretty good, except for the geometry is still rendered superimposed on top of the image. If we want the shadows to show up in the background image, we can actually ray trace those in there by creating a ground plane, which uses a background surface style shader, which allows shadows and reflections to be cast onto that surface. So we use any of the drawing tools to create that. Just use a vector line tool or draw any type of flat surface which will represent a ground plane so we can have shadows cast onto that surface. So if we were to render this again, notice that we'll see the shadows on that surface, but we don't really see the surface because the color is the background. So it's whatever the background image is, so it's a piece of geometry that you can't see. And that's how we perspectively match any geometry in with the background photographic image.